and welcome back to my film and TV channel. We've got a film review today. Yes, quite a long one, quite an interesting one. I deliberately didn't read too much about this before watching it, although I had assumed that it was pretty good, but pretty mixed response when it came down to it, and I can thoroughly understand why. I'm going to have a look at something called Amsterdam, please. If you are new to the channel, push that subscribe button, push the bell notifications. I try and inform and entertain if I can on these things, perhaps sometimes try and entertain a little bit more than the films I watch. But yeah, it'd be great to have you on board if you can push that subscribe button. Tell your friends, pass the word, and all your comments are very welcome on this film or anything to do with film and TV. Just let me know. But I say we're looking at Amsterdam today, please. And if you get a chance, just give us a thumbs up, guys. Nice, great to get views, but it's nice to get thumbs up as well if you can do that. Right, this is a 15 certificate. It's long, it's very long, 134 minutes. Yes, and it felt long. It felt long to me, not in a great way. Classed as a period comedy thriller, written, directed, and produced by David O. Russell. He's done one or two films I've quite liked in the past. All these scores and comments as at the 14th of October 2022 at 4 p.m. Rotten Tomatoes audience, not a total disaster, 59% positivity, 3.4 out of 5, equates to 6.8 out of 10. I'll take that. Internet Movie Database, again, reasonably popular, over 7,200 scores and reviews left, 71% positivity, and it's averaging 6.2 out of 10. Imagine that drop a little bit over the coming weeks and months. A great cast, absolutely nothing wrong with the cast whatsoever. Plenty of money spent on this. It did bomb, unfortunately, at the cinema, so its cinema run didn't get its money back. It's got a long way to go to do that. Stars Christian Bale, Margot Robbie, John David Washington, Chris Rock, Anya Taylor-Joy, Zoe Saldana, Mike Myers, Michael Shannon, Timothy Olyphant, Andrea Riseborough, Taylor Swift, Matthias Schoenaerts, Alessandro Nivola, Rami Malek, and Robert De Niro. I'm sure there's some others as well, but that just about covers it. It was released in the US and worldwide on or around October the 7th, 2022. It's a 20th century studio production. And the story based on the business plot, a 1933 political conspiracy in the United States, and follows three friends, a doctor, a nurse, and a lawyer, who were caught in the mysterious murder of a retired US general. Yeah, so that simply put. The critics, what are they thinking? The critics, not the public. What about the critics themselves? Well, Rotten Tomatoes, this is where it all starts falling apart. 33% positivity, so only 1 in 3 actually were positive about the film. Over 200 critics, and it's getting an average rating of 5.1 out of 10. It's 66 fresh, which sounds okay, but 201, 135 rotten, so over double the rotten to the fresh. And the consensus reads, and I had to sum up this film perhaps in a paragraph, it's not far out. Amsterdam has a bunch of big stars and a very busy plot, all of which amounts to painfully less than the sum of its dazzling parts. Metacritic, the other site we look at, a weighted average of 48 out of 100. So again, not liked. And it's unusual for this. I thought it would be a film that the critics liked, but even the critics were pushed on this one. That's based on 50 critics, so it scored anywhere between 30 and 75 out of 100. Let's play the name game. Let's name some critics and what they said. The likers of this, the people who liked it, well, sort of Jessie Thompson here in the UK for The Independent. She says the central performances are charming and stretches of the film are enjoyable. Everything looks stylish and wonderful and everyone has nice hair. Very jealous. The thing is, there is a great film in here fighting to get out, but it's drowned out by manic plotting yet again. I'll speak more about that in my little summing up as well. More convinced, though, was Oliver Jones here from The Observer in the UK. He said, if you allow its turned up and persistent energy to sweep over you and soak in the joy and righteous anger that animates its generous spirit, the end result is decidedly moving, at some points even enthralling. Okay, the not so likes. IndieWire's David Elric said, a star-studded new historical comedy that's amusing at best, noxious at worst, and frantically self-insistent upon its own negligible entertainment value at all times, as it strains to find the beauty in the mad tapestry of life. That's right, David O. Russell is back. Kevin Mayer from the Times here in the UK, terribly written by Russell and obtusely edited, huge gaps between lines. It's mostly an endurance test, but wow, those faces. Yeah, they're very good. Christy Lemay at RogerRabbit.com. Simultaneously overstuffed and undernourished, frantic and meandering, Amsterdam is one big star-studded hot mess of a movie. Well, I think most of what's been said, I could probably sort of go along with it, even some slight positives, which there are. I am going to give this a score. It's worth a score. They put a bit of effort in, but my score is just going to be an okay, quite low 5 out of 10. I'm not going to go mad on this one. I didn't particularly. It just didn't grab you. It just didn't. It sort of, when you thought it was going to sort of entertain and look into, it sort of wandered off again into its own world. Christian Bale, he should definitely be considered for a new Columbo, if you like, the character Columbo, and that played by the wonderful Peter Falk, of course. That led series was ever going to get a modern reboot. I think Christian Bale's your man. I just pictured Columbo all the way through this, and that's probably made me watch the film more than anything else. As far as the film, it did feel as though it's just full of its own self-importance, and it was that full of it that it forgot to entertain beyond some great characters who were watchable in themselves, but could not rescue at time a very laborious plot that was pleasing even to a glass eye, perhaps. Or Russell's I Love the Huckabees, or I Heart the Huckabees, if you remember that one. I really enjoyed that. It's a long time ago now, about 18 years. As in looks and quirks, it's probably very similar, but no, this is nowhere near as far as entertainment's concerned. There's possibly somewhere in this, if you take out your scissors and get in the editing room, there's possibly a decent 90-minute quirky mystery hidden here somewhere. Disappointing though for me. It's just too long and too laborious, and just the nice bits just were made it. As I said, it brought a tear to a glass eye as far as glazing over is concerned, because it just went on and on and on. So disappointing for me, apart from enjoying Christian Bale's 2-hour audition for Columbo 2023. That's all I can say, really. Let me know what you think, guys. As you say, let me know what you think of this. As I say, it was a struggle. It was a struggle. I did give it a score of 5. At times, I felt like giving it absolutely nothing, but it seemed a shame that there were little bits in this that I did like. Let me know what you think. It'd be great to hear from you. Till we meet again, last one thing, don't I? Please stay safe, everyone. Bye for now.